again, fellow Dice Masters. This is Diane, and welcome back to DM Dice Masters. Today I'd like to talk about my experience playing in the Dice Masters US Nationals event. This year, both the US Nationals and Worlds were held at the Origins Gaming Convention in Columbus, Ohio. So this event marked my first major tournament that I have ever participated in. So not knowing what to expect, I wanted to get there bright and early and make sure I was all settled in and, try to combat my nerves a little bit. It actually wasn't a bad thing that I got there early because WizKids had a neat little display set up where you could check out some of the Dice Masters promos that they had. They had a display of the next set that was coming out. Well, a display of the Gravity feed anyway, of the Flash and Arrow set that will be coming out hopefully towards the end of August. And they had the foil cards, the WizKids promo cards. So it was really neat to check out all of that. My team for the event consisted of a variation of the Johnny Swarm team that was made famous by Truby. I threw in Elf Thief in there to try to control some of my opponent's ramping. I had Oracle in there to try to, again, punish my opponent, added a control element there so it taxed them whenever they tried to use globals. Then I had Parallax in there to help me re-roll my kobolds and elf thieves, so I can constantly field them with Johnny Storm in the field, and that way, try to whittle down my opponent. So the various games that I played, I had a chance to encounter some really good opponents. These players piloted their teams extremely well, great individuals. Just a real pleasure having a chance to meet them. The first player that I met, his name was Alex Shrake. He goes by the name Junior, has a really awesome mohawk. He had an awesome mask ring team, knew it inside and out. He played it to perfection really well. I did have defense against his team. I had the Captain America Super Soldier, but unfortunately, the rolls just weren't in my favor. But I mean, that has nothing to do with, nothing to take away from his win because he had everything down, every turn, every play was just really top notch. And the same goes for the rest of my opponents there. Just all of them were great individuals and just very top notch players. Well, I didn't perform in the tournament as well as I would have liked, and that kind of brings me to a different point. It's very important for a tournament like this to always practice, practice, practice. Know your team inside and out. Read the forums, read everything you can to try to prepare yourself for what you're going to encounter. I had a lot of external things going on, so unfortunately my head wasn't really in the game. But it's definitely showed what a difference practicing your team, practicing the other teams that you think you might face. It showed how important that is in order to be ready for whatever you might encounter at the event. And even though I wasn't at my best that day, a good friend and fellow clanmate, Charlie Cates, he ended up having a good day, and he ended up making the top 8 in nationals, and he also qualified for worlds. So I have to say my favorite part of the event was having a chance to meet all of the great people in the community. It was just neat. I felt like I was in fangirl mode. Got to meet Jenna, Kelly, all the big faces that you see, all the big names that you read about on the forums and the reserve pool and whatnot. So that was just a real delight. Got to meet Jimmy from who does the commentary on the streams from WizKids. Got to see my good friend Duck again, who I met at the WKO Round 2 in Alabama. Just a great guy. And it was neat. And not only that, but having it at a gaming convention was just awesome because I got to play all these new games that I never had a chance to play before. I got to go around Columbus a little bit, try some nice cuisine. Got to go to the market. Oh my God, the market is amazing. They have the best donuts. If you ever get a chance, go to the market. Great food and awesome donuts. So there you have it, fellow Dice Masters. That was a brief rundown of my experience while attending U.S. Nationals. Once again, this is Diane, and thank you for watching DM Dice Masters. Take care.